maybe it's good that he's seen this video because he can obviously control his stomach a lot more. Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fantom Podcast. Today's video, we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Pro Show. We'll go straight into it. Urs versus Ramon. Well,
first time the classic guys have been in guest posing lineup.
Do you think it was a good call having the classic guys within the open guys?
Why not? I don't think it took away from anything. I've probably sold a few more tickets as well, which is good for the show. And
I think it's a wise thing because them two are sort of the top two biggest names
except
currently.
For Chris Bumstead, they are the poster boys for classic physique.
But I think he looked probably 3-4 weeks. Yeah, he looked like he still continued dieting from the Arnold UK.
Seen him, you saw him in person the day after the show, right? The morning after the show.
I saw him. I saw him backstage at the Arnold Classic in Ohio. So I was there, like literally. So I had a few snaps, which I'll put in the air. Yeah, I thought he probably looked about 20 pound over stage weight, fuller, and
wasn't
probably
fat.
No fat at all. So could he go into open? I think he sort of maxed out his weight as a classic guy. So I think if he was to have a couple of years off training for the open, I think he could be definitely up there.
Yeah, I'd agree. When you compare his condition and size to that of Ramon as well, I think Urs is carrying a lot more density to his physique.
Ramon, I thought he looked, obviously he wasn't as sharp as Urs. And
still impressive though.
He's still in that phase where he's probably off the cycle now, so he's probably a lot softer and he's not looking his best. But it's good to see a comparison of the both. I thought Urs had him on that, but obviously he was in a lot better shape.
I'd agree with that. What about Ramon? How do you think, obviously with the added size, do you see him making a transition to the open?
No, I don't think he's structurally big enough. I think he's not very wide, particularly wide as he. He's not as wide as Urs. I think classic suits him. I mean, I've seen pictures of Urs off season, and he looks big. Like, he's probably 260, 270. He's quite tall as well. He was about 6 foot. So I think, I think Urs would definitely be a place for him to move into the open in the future. Yeah. Okay, let's go straight into the
men's open.
Men's open,
Yep.
So first guy we had is Hunter Labrada.
Big as
with his cap on.
With the cap.
He's been getting a lot of slating about the cap, but I think that's his signature sort of. Who cares?
It doesn't take any.
They don't judge his head, do they?
No. But I think he looked humongous.
He looked big.
You saw him you've seen him.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the same gym when he's training, and he looks a lot bigger in person. He's wide as a house. He's got the freaky cars, big arms. The only I'd say bad point is like the pec tear. You can still on that level, you're gonna have to sort of pick him apart.
1% can make all the difference, right?
Well, it's probably more than 1%. But I don't think he needs to get any bigger. I think he just needs to get better quality for that frame. He's big enough. If he was to listen to his dad's advice and become more refined, I think he would definitely be there.
The rumour is that he's 7 weeks out from the Italy Pro Show.
Yeah, I heard he's doing Italy, and he might be coming to UK to do a pro show. But what pro show? I don't know. Are we putting on a pro show in UK? Let me know. Was it time for me to put on a pro show in UK? Yeah, I thought he looked good. He's lean. I mean, just because someone's holding water doesn't mean that they're not lean. He's probably he's in that phase where 7 weeks out he's going to still look big and it's still watery. So as long as the fat's coming off, he did look impressive to me. Hamstring
details there. I'm just watching the Gilco footage right now, and pretty much like from the front, he's in good. He's in good shape for off season for sure. He's not sloppy. He's just really, really big.
Yeah, he's
heavy.
Big.
He's heavy right now.
Yeah,
you can see that. But
he gets a lot of slack, doesn't he, Hunter?
Yeah, of course.
He's got a great V taper, and
it's because obviously he's second generation bodybuilder. Everyone's always gonna, and his dad was more built on building perfection rather than being the huge guy. But no, I was really impressed. Lower bodies.
It didn't look out of place in that lineup.
Not at all.
Okay, next guy we have Samson D. Your thoughts on Samson?
Considering the position he's been in, all the controversy and whatnot, putting all that aside, I think he's very impressive. obviously looks like he's clearing out the system.
Detoxing.
Yes, it's fasting. But no, I think Samson's one of the physiques that looks better when it comes to show day anyway.
Yeah, he's in that obviously phase where he's off.
Yep.
But, you know, he's
still huge.
Still huge. He's still one of the bigger guys. But like you said, he's more impressive as he gets to that condition because he just looks like, you know, he just looks big.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be interesting to see what the Oxygen team will do for him. And obviously his new coach, well, new or old coach.
Good move, bad move, time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously better to have someone that's there with you. But, you know, whether it's your wife or, you know, your partner, that's something to debate about. But
it's going to be very hard for things to go wrong, I'd put it that way.
Yeah. Let's hope the Oxygen team can
pull it in
for him. They've done it for Brandon Curry. They've done it for, who else have they done it for?
Rami.
Big Rami, yeah, true. But was he with Oxygen team?
Rowley. No, he wasn't with them when he won the Olympia, but Rowley, Nathan, back in 2018 as well. Who else? Victor Martinez there for a bit?
Yeah, Victor Martinez, yeah.
So plenty of... the track record speaks for itself, so we'll see.
It's that anabolic chicken. Right, we go to Andrew Jacked.
Yep.
I thought Andrew looked really impressive, and so we saw him in 2 months ago training, and we got to see him
pose as well.
And like he looks, it was absolutely humongous, wasn't he?
Yep. I don't think the videos do justice to me.
No, we see him in person, and he's wide as a house. Condition, obviously, he's
off season.
He's off season, but he's never fat. He's always in shape. I mean, just because you're holding water, like I said previously, doesn't mean you're fat. And I heard he's doing Texas. He's going to be defending the third title.
Yep.
So, which is what, 9 weeks away, 10 weeks away. So he's on target.
Yeah.
Andrew gets in shape quite fast, and
he's kept his mobility as well, being able to.
What did you think of him wearing these underpants rather than?
I don't know. It's just, should it be standardised? Probably. But
he's Andrew Jack.
Does it really matter? Not really. Not really.
What do you think to his posing?
It's very Andrew Jack.
Yeah,
good.
I like it because it's different, and it's you know he's expressive for such a big guy. He can pose. He can move. Yeah, but I think
signature pose still looks.
Do you think he's improved? Do you think he's put on like the added size needed to be more competitive?
Yeah,
his legs look big.
His legs look humongous.
Yeah, his arms.
From the side, the leg looks. I think the details will come through and make his legs even better from the side.
You know that one arm session he had with me and Dean. I think that's made all the difference. No, I really hope Andrew because he never captures out the Olympia, does he? So he always looks great for Texas.
Yep.
But for Olympia,
good for the Arnold UK.
It's another 3-4 months dieting. Yep. So he's, I hope he nails it for the Olympia and breaks that top 3.
Yeah. But I think he's added some size to the back as well. It's really impressive. Really
okay,
impressive. Next
one is your favourite, Martin Fitzwater.
Yep. I think obviously Martin's a week out. He's coming off the Detroit win. And I'm a Martin fanboy, I guess.
Martin's good. He's good. He's very
complete, which to me is what bodybuilding is.
And he's still very young, is he? What's he, 27, 28?
Yeah, he's very young. He made a lot of progress in the last couple of years. We saw him compete Arnold UK 2022.
Yeah. Third, didn't he? Third or fourth? Yeah.
I think he's come on leaps and bounds.
By the way, Martin, you still owe me for that grill, the George Foreman grill and rice cooker that I brought you. So I'm not forgotten.
But it's complete head to toe. Might not be the most muscle guy on the stage, but I think he displays everything that he has very well, and the details there. And I think he's a great spot for 1 week out.
How do you think he was in that lineup next to Derek? Because he was compared next to Derek, wasn't he?
Well, compared well, considering he's a show winner now, but he's coming off the win. It's going to be his Olympia debut. I think realistically, when you think of a Mr. Olympia and you think of a first timer at the Olympia, I think you would expect the discrepancy between the two to be massive. I don't think it was. I think he fit in really well.
They're both about the same height, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's probably a touch taller.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he needs that still needs that maturity because he does look. He's got that fresh
young muscle.
But that's going to take time, and the more shows. But he's got that new coach, Stefan, which is obviously he's working a lot of competitors and he's bringing more into shape. So I think we're going to see some big things at the New York Pro this weekend.
Yep, I would agree.
So yeah, I mean, he was good. Probably, obviously, not as big as the rest one else, but does he need to be? I mean, he's got everything else.
Maybe
shape, balance.
a bit more everywhere.
Yeah.
He's not going to take away anything. But I think this look and his Detroit wins, one of my favourite physiques I've seen on a pro stage for a long time. So.
Which brings us to our next guest poser.
Yep.
Mr. Mutant Nick Walker.
Yeah. Obviously, going into this, everyone was anticipating.
All eyes on Nick.
All eyes on Nick. And it's been a while since we've seen him on a stage.
When was the last time he competed?
Olympia 2022.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
No, it was the Arnold 2023.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Come on, Joe.
My mistake.
Okay, I'll give you my rundown.
It's been a year and a half.
Yeah. Size-wise, he's as big as a house.
Yep.
His legs still, to me, look like this sort of, he's lacking that sweep.
You can't train for that, though.
Nah, he's got really short legs, isn't he?
Yep.
His midsection, I thought, was sort of, it's for sort of a bad point for me. You can see he was like a bad distension in his gut.
Yep. Do you think that's something that may have been pre-stage manipulations to try and bring him in looking freakier?
No, I don't think they would have done any pre-stage manipulation just so it would interfere with his carb up, because you're not going to be
peak for next week.
Yeah, there's no point taking diuretic because of the rebound effects. I think he just went in as he was. I mean, it's hard to say because I think leanness wise he was there.
Yep.
Dryness, he's not quite there, but that's week out. Once he starts drying out, he will look a lot sharper. And maybe it's good that he's seen this video because he can obviously control his stomach a lot more.
From the back, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's from he's got that size and that thickness.
Arms are crazy.
Yeah.
Body part for body part is awesome. I think just the midsection is the center of the body. Your eyes are always drawn to the middle.
If he can control that, then he's definitely a front runner. But I think
it's never been a strong point anyway.
No.
But holding it together in between the poses in the transitions is going to be the key to victory, I think, in New York against a lot of the guys that are a lot more shapely than him. You got Tony Burton, Quinton Araya. You've got obviously Martin's going to be there.
But he's got to play to his strength, so that's his freaky size.
Yeah.
Nick, don't forget to tan your head at the Olympia or the New York. You can get to the Olympia first. But
I think the comments are a bit brutal, to be fair.
I've not read the comments. Go on, what are some of the comments?
Hang on.
But I think he's definitely a front runner for New York. I mean, he's the crowd favourite. So he's the fan favourite, and it looks like it's going to be up against him and Martin for the win next week.
You think?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Be good. Also in the lineup, the main man,
Derek Lunsford.
Mr. Olympia, reigning Mr. Olympia. Is this the first time since Brandon Curry where the reigning Mr. Olympia has done the guest spot?
Maybe. No, I think...
Because Rami didn't do it, did he?
No. I thought, was it 2 years ago when Derek first did that guest spot?
Last year.
Was it? No, it was the year before that when he won the... when he got second, 2022, when he first did that guest spot. I thought he looked more impressive there. I know he's leaner now, but I think he had that shock factor then. Don't forget, he's still like incredible. But
he's got 7 months, 8 months, 6 months.
Yeah, he was in good condition, I thought.
Yeah, very much so for off season.
Yeah.
Have the improvements been as drastic as last time? No, but realistically, with his frame, can you expect those kind of improvements?
No, his legs have definitely come up.
Yep,
his legs have definitely come up. And
thickness and hardness across the chest.
Yeah, I mean that takes time. A weaker body part takes time, and your stronger body parts will always take priority.
Yep.
But your stronger body parts will get stronger, and you got to be mindful to bring everything into balance. But I think he's still got a good chance of defending that title this year.
He just needs to, obviously, the same as he did last year, is come in good condition. I think with Derek, because he's not the tallest or widest of people. He's just not the biggest human being.
No.
So he
doesn't look that impressive
in the off season. No. He does. It's phenomenal. But when you compare, when there's detail and those crispy details are on the physique, that's when he shines through. And because his taper is still here, and your peak off season, shoulder to waist ratio is phenomenal. Quad sweep's great. From the back, he's still got some lines in his glutes. But when you take another 25, 30 pounds of body weight off that, it's where he dominates. I'm really looking forward to seeing the battle between him and Hadi at the Olympia.
And Derek never comes in off him, and obviously him and Hani, they never sort of miss, do they?
Nope. He might be a bit tad flat, but he's always there. in shape.
So we had 2 missing Mr. Olympias on this lineup. We had obviously Rami was out due to visa issues, and Hadi. Why didn't Hadi turn up for this? Same
I think
thing?
because you're only able to get the visa for a short stay.
Okay.
Because he's an Iranian citizen. Could be wrong, but I think they'd rather use that opportunity
For the main show.
for the actual Olympia.
Yeah. So that was our run-up for the Pittsburgh Pro. And next year, I hope they're going to be having an expo there.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking the trip to. I've never been to the Pittsburgh.
Pennsylvania.
So, yeah.
Somewhere else to tick off the bucket list.
But I think it was a really good guest posing event. It's sort of becoming like one of the main events now, isn't it? And it's a bit of a preview for the Olympia.
I remember, was it 2015, 2014? You had, maybe even before, you had, no, it would have been before that. 2012, Jay Cutler, Kai Green, Victor, Evan Setapani, Juan Morel. So this has been going, this is a long thing, and with the power of social media, it's become a destination thing to witness now. And obviously, being a week out from the show, I'm really excited for New York now.
Yeah, let us know in the comments who you think is going to take New York. So who's competing? We've got Nick Walker, Martin, Tony Ann Burton,
Quinton. Yeah. Angel Calderon coming up from 212, obviously runner-up 212.
Do they have a 212 class in there? No. So it's just
he's made the move now. He's not competing in 212 anymore. So he's known for his razor-sharp conditioning as well. So it's going to be a different show, and I think you've also got Tim Budesheim doing it as well.
Tim Budesheim, he was here a few years ago.
Yeah.
I seen him in FIBO a few weeks ago. He's looking big. Yeah, the New York show is always a great show. I've been to the when it was the Night of the Champions back in the day, and some guy called Ronnie Coleman won it. So
who? Never heard
Ronnie
of him.
Coleman. He went on to win 8 Mr. Olympias from that year. But so we will see if this is going to be a gateway for the next Mr. Olympia. Yep. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.